Next trap, hiding. Ooh. Right? Hiding. Hiding is when you shrink. This one blows when you really see it. It really does. It's triggered by fear. I don't know what fear, but it's triggered by fear. That if you were to step into your full potential and take on that new P&L at work, or you were to step into your full potential and put your work out there, you were to step into your full potential and just share the idea that you have. Like that something is going to trigger you. It's like that kid that's standing on the edge, looking down, and it just, the more you think about it, and then you just want to shrink away. Hiding is when you avoid people and you avoid phone calls. So if you have somebody that you need to talk to and you are hiding, you're avoiding them. If you have calls that you need to make and you're not making them because you're worried about how it's going to go, this is hiding. What happens again is it's triggered by fear or self-doubt or insecurity, and then the action is to shrink. The action is to avoid. For those of you that are silent, so you're in a relationship and you're not happy. You just shut up and put up. This is a form of hiding. It's triggered by self-doubt. Being a chicken about money or terms. Terms, because terms are sticky in the creative business. The licensing and the rights and the this and the that, and how much am I actually producing for you? And the other form of hiding is procrastinating. Because you are avoiding, absolutely avoiding. Did we mic Jennie?
Yes.
Whoa. Ho! Come on, give her a round of applause. I don't know that you're hiding or not, but we all, here's the thing.
Yes.
We fall in every category. Every one of us do. There is some area of your life that you're hiding in. There are other areas where you're gangbuster. There are some areas of your life where you hesitate. So the key, and again, this comes back to, I think the greatest skill in life, it'll give you the most freedom and control and joy and opportunity and magic, is self-monitoring, self-control. Because when you can switch gears in a moment, you can make anything happen. So, hi.
Hello. Don't make me cry. Just kidding.
Now I want to.
I dared her.
Yeah. So what would you cry about?
Facing how I'm hiding.
Okay, well, tell us, how are you hiding?
So I, for a living, help people stop sabotaging themselves.
Okay.
And then for a living, I sabotage myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you sabotage yourself? What do you do?
I don't ask for opportunities.
Okay.
You were saying that earlier. I'm kind of waiting to be discovered.
Yeah.
And I stay hidden. Okay, here it comes.
Go.
I stay hidden behind a 13-inch screen that only shows me from here up.
Oh.
Yeah, because I live stream like crazy. Social media has let me hide. I can make money from the shoulder up.
Gotcha.
And then you don't have to see what I actually look like.
So,
until today.
So good for you for getting up here.
Yeah.
Although I didn't give you a choice. So what I hear is, you're in that bad part of the imposter syndrome.
Big time.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's interesting because what's the difference between who you project and who you think you are?
Who I project is a person that is extraordinarily great at helping people see themselves and pushing the mirror right to their nose and helping them realize how much the inner chatter in their brain is holding them back. And I project that I'm great at that because I am actually really great at doing that for other people. And
so tell me this, because is it about your body?
Yeah,
okay.
It's body image crap,
okay.
Top to bottom.
And how long have you been dealing with this?
Life?
Seriously, how long?
Most of my adult life.
Okay.
Yeah, probably since I came out.
Okay. And why is it out of integrity?
Well, because life coaches look like you, darling. They don't look like me. You know what I mean?
They do?
Well, that's what they're supposed to look like, or whatever. You know, that there's this standard of success that looks a certain way, and I don't match that standard.
Says who?
Says me and all
Yeah.
the noise in my head.
Yep. I can relate to this. So because I think I shared earlier that, you know, being one of the few, there's a lot more men in the personal development business kind of space, and I often look at what they're doing and then use it as a way to invalidate where I am.
Big time.
And social media is both a wonderful tool for stalking and getting great ideas, and a kiss of death for your self-esteem, because it allows you to measure where you are against other people and create these false standards like the one that you created. Mm-hmm. Because if I look at like the person that I admire the most in the personal development space, it's Oprah. And if I were to say, you gotta look like Oprah in order to be that successful, I actually match none of that.
Right.
I'm not her age, I'm not her skin color, I'm not, her shape, none of it.
Yeah.
She's got depression. Yeah, I don't have her money. Like I have kids. She doesn't have kids. I'm married. She's not married. Like, just, you could come up with every single standard to define yourself by, I'm not that. And this is, what you have on your hands is a battle you can win, but it's a battle that starts, I think, first, I'm going to contradict myself because this is a lifelong thing. I think it starts with the habit of how you talk to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I study this from the inside out. I'm obsessed with learning about this.
Right.
I wrote a book.
See,
about
knowledge
this.
is a trap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Knowledge is a trap.
I wrote an entire book on the inner critic.
So how does it make you feel to know that you're putting the advice out but not following it?
Oh, it feels like crap. I have good moments and I have good life compartments. Like, I'm great about it in certain life compartments. When it comes to building my coaching business, I'm really great at building a coaching business that is a best kept secret with a handful of people who
It sounds
trust
terrifying
me.
because it sounds like you're having an affair. Seriously, like that your business is an affair,
Yeah.
or your life is an affair and your business is going to find out.
Yeah, but as much as I want so much to make my work a household name, and not because I want fame, but because I really am onto something. I've created something for the first time in my life that I'm extraordinarily proud of that actually freaking works.
Okay, so remember when I told you that you're here for a reason?
Yes.
And remember how I told you that I walked into that hotel and had that real woo-woo kind of experience of, oh my gosh, this is a new chapter and it's in this exact same place, and yay. You're starting a new chapter that you've been resisting. In order for me to reach the level of success that I have achieved in the last 7 years, which every single day surprises me, I had to deal with myself. I was an asshole. Seriously. I mean, I may talk really tough, but I was stonehard. I suffered from anxiety. I had a drinking problem. I did not exercise at all. I was very unhealthy and ate like garbage. And I was super impatient and not present with my kids. And I also had not yet developed the ability to withstand criticism, to fully show up and let everybody react and, see how you are, and learn how to understand that when somebody criticizes you, it's either their stuff, right? It's always their stuff, actually. Or if it rattles you, it's because they're hitting a button that strikes a nerve. And so it was only until I discovered this rule and I started to go to work on the gap between who I wanted to be and was presenting myself as. This is as a wife, this is as a mom, this is as a friend. It's a lousy friend. Very insecure, competitive, Steve, I even still kind of have that legacy stuff come up. But I think that this is a moment in time where you get to decide what is the next chapter? Because you are, the one thing I know you're really good at is compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
Everything has a tidy box. And this fits here, and this fits here, and this fits here, and this is how I control everything. And wouldn't it be liberating to be able to just show up and be exactly who you are and exactly who you're not?
Well, that's why I had to come out here. That's why I had to show up here. And it took everything I had. I almost no-showed on you when I was getting in the lift from the hotel. It was so terrifying.
What was there?
I was so terrified of showing up potentially on camera.
Why don't we stand
Full
up and
body.
do this? Come
oh,
on.
Jesus.
Come on, here we go. Right? Get over here. Get over here. Okay. Yes.
I was just terrified. I was terrified. I'm terrified of judgment. I think you nailed it, right? I'm terrified of judgment, and I think it's because what's so funny is that I don't think any human being could judge me nearly as harshly as I've judged myself.
Okay. Yeah.
And yet I'm terrified that somebody's going to see me, and they're going to see my imperfections. And I really want to push through that because you're right. That's what I want. And that's what I shared with you when I wanted to come here is I want to not just get past this,
right,
but to talk about it and to start a conversation about it.
That's what you need to be coaching on, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like the holding there, the thing that has also skyrocketed my success is because because I just talk about what's going on. Most experts would show up here and tell you that it's the perfect course and they got it all nailed and they've done it this way. I'm explaining to you that I'm having anxiety last night and stress cramps before I go to the bathroom, and because that's the truth. And if you were to be fully vulnerable and I think what would be super powerful being a creator is to document how you go to war with this for yourself. Mm-hmm. And that you blog about it, and because there are some brands that are about being an expert that's above everybody. There are some brands that are all about being side by side. There are some brands that are I talk down because I know best. There are other brands that are conversations. And I think you've been having the wrong conversation as a way to also hide.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I shared with you guys that I've been noodling on doing this web series called Diary of a Fat Life Coach.
Yes! I would watch that. Facebook needs this on their watch. This is freaking amazing. Now, here's the thing. Stop. Okay, I want to tell every creator out there, the days of you getting a television deal are over. You don't need one. If you create a vlog and you push play, you have a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like if part of the thing that you're doing by hiding and hesitating too is saying, oh, well, I got to come up with a pitch, and then I got to do a pilot, and then I got to go shop at the ABC and NBC and this, that, and the other thing, and I got to get a writer, and what about the legal, and how's this going to work? Those days are over. We live in the greatest fucking time on the planet to be a creator. We do. Are you kidding me? It's amazing. So it's like that is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because that is real, and that is your brand, and that is actually the impact that you want to make. And so I think that is like the coolest thing ever.
Thank you.
So now you are going to get judgments, and here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So one of the greatest things about CNN, other than I'm like super nerdy and intellectually curious, so it was like a smorgasbord of ideas to be there as a commentator and to still be part of the team, was that it gave me a crash course in handling criticism, particularly as a woman. When you put yourself out there and you start leveraging social media in particular to grow your business, to share your ideas, to share your films, the studies show every single thing that I've ever experienced anecdotally, you will be attacked. You will be. Mm-hmm. Like I always get about my neck, like I guess I have one of those waddle things. I don't know, like when the camera comes, oh, it's fine. Like I don't care. But every time somebody attacks me, here's what I want all of you. So first of all, it's them. When somebody reacts with emotion to you, whether it's a customer or it is a prospect, or it's a friend, or it's a troll online. They only react when you hit a nerve. And when you hit a nerve, it's a direct hit on the truth for them. Because if somebody says something you agree with, you're not going to be elevated to flip them off.
Yeah.
It's only if somebody says, and if somebody were to say, you're a lousy mother, Mel, it would actually not rattle me at all because I know that's not true.
Yeah.
If they say you're a shitty friend, I have insecurity about that. And so that would hit a nerve that somewhere deep down inside, based on my past, I would react.
Well, that's just it. I feel like I'm so terrified. I've been so terrified for years.
Yeah.
For 3 years, I didn't have my photograph on my website. It wasn't on there because you would see I was fat and gay. You would figure those things out.
Oh, double hex.
Now I'd rather people figure those things out if they're afraid of that and run before I have to know who they are. So I've realized that if I'm just willing to say, this is my story, this is who I am, this is what I'm working on.
Yes.
I'm a work in progress.
Yes.
It's not as scary.
You know what everyone else
Like,
does? Who else is a work in progress? Raise your hand. See? Like, that's like, yes! Finally!
Right, exactly.
Yes.
I'm not the sage on the stage,
And
I'm
you're
the guide on the side.
still doing it.
Yeah.
You're still showing up every day. And you may decide you just freaking love your body. And that's that. And that's actually where you come out at this.
Right.
You may decide that, holy cow, like there's power in loving myself and putting myself out there, everything that I am, everything that I'm not, and taking control of my health because that matters to me.
Well, and I am taking control of my health and I'm doing those things, but I don't have to wait until I've earned it. I don't have to wait until I've hit whatever to start talking about that. And that's what I've been doing. I've been hiding and terrified that somebody would see the work in progress before it's done.
Okay, so I've got a distinction for you
Yes.
that I want. Okay, great. So the next chapter of your business is not about coaching people and talking to people. It's about demonstrating change.
So it's about me.
Yes.
You know how hard that is for me.
But not you. Like, look,
Right.
if you want your own show and the spotlight, and that, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's a different point of view. So Gary Vaynerchuk recently made this switch, and I think it's really powerful. I also wondered if it was in reaction, in full disclosure, to Casey Neistat doing the whole creator series, right? Gary started pounding in his daily hustle videos about the fact that he's documenting what he does. Documenting instead of creating. And see, it was interesting when he said that because as I think about my own business and what I'm doing, what I'm putting out, the second that I stopped giving advice and I just started sharing the journey and I started demonstrating the change and I started being curious about new ways to do things, everything also shifted because it, again, shifted the brand itself and why I do things and how I do things. Mm-hmm. And so it is about you only because you're using your own BS and your own struggles and your own daily mental thing in order to show an example to the world of how you can too.
I do that in my little bubble. And now it's about doing it.
You don't
out
do
there.
that.
No, okay.
You don't do that. That's why you're upset.
Yeah.
You're really good at talking. And that is a
saying.
gift. I want you to inspire and coach people in a completely different way. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you get what you came for?
And then some.
Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Oh, what's your full name? So people that need a coach and that we can watch, what was it called?
Yeah.
The Fat Something Life Coach?
So
Whatever.
I'm Coach Jennie.
Okay,
if
Coach
you look
Jennie.
me up, Jennie with an IE. My book is Hilda.
Okay.
And the series is going to be called Diary of a Fat Life Coach.
Diary of a Fat Life Coach. I'm tuning in. Awesome. Awesome. All right,
you
good
so
job.
much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I wanted to start here before we jump into the third trigger.